Night on the ocean feels endless, until a floating runway suddenly comes alive. On an aircraft carrier, light, steam, and hand signals replace traffic lights. Jets sit packed tightly together. Crews move with rehearsed precision, and one small mistake can ripple across the whole deck. For the pilots of a carrier air wing, this isn't just a workplace. It's a moving airfield where every launch and recovery depends on timing, discipline, and trust. So what does a normal day look like when your runway is at sea? If you enjoy stories like this, hit like and subscribe. There are plenty more documentary-style journeys into aviation history and military life ahead. The day begins long before a canopy closes. Pilots start with detailed pre-flight briefings, where the goal is simple: remove surprises. They review the mission profile, expected weather, and how the ship's position may change with the sea and the wider operation. Updates can include general operating conditions, intelligence notes relevant to the area, divert airfield information, and rescue planning. Because on a carrier, options must be prepared in advance, not invented in the moment. From there, the crew heads to maintenance control to review the aircraft's discrepancy book, small notes that matter. They check items that affect performance and safety, fuel, weight, and store loads. A single number can change how an aircraft accelerates, climbs, and lands, so the weight sheet is treated like a core document, delivered to flight deck control while the pilot moves toward the jet. On the aircraft, the pace shifts from planning to inspection. The walk-around is methodical, scanning for foreign object debris, checking for leaks or pooling fluids, and confirming the aircraft's external condition. Then come cockpit checks, systems, instruments, and standard procedures that turn complexity into routine. Even the quiet moments have purpose. The pilot matches checklists to what the deck crew has prepared, verifying pins, panels, and visible indicators before anything moves. Nearby, sailors keep the deck clear, because a single loose object can become a hazard once engines spool up. It's why the carrier environment feels so strict. Every step is designed to reduce uncertainty and protect both aircraft and people. Only after those steps does the pilot taxi, following the flight director's precise signals. On a crowded deck, close enough doesn't exist. Every movement is guided, every stop is intentional, and every person is part of a single coordinated system. When the aircraft is positioned, the carrier's technology takes over. Steam from the ship is routed to the catapult system, filling the cylinder that will do the heavy work. The result is controlled force, enough to accelerate an aircraft from a standstill to flying speed in seconds. For the pilot, the launch is fast, loud, and unmistakably physical. A brief moment where training, machinery, and ocean air converge into a single forward surge. The goal is not drama. The goal is lift, clean, predictable, repeatable. Not every flight is purely operational. Sometimes carrier aviators demonstrate their skills for visiting leaders or special guests, performing carefully planned flybys, launches, and recoveries. Even then, the focus remains procedural. An air show over a carrier isn't about improvisation. It's about showcasing what disciplined preparation can produce in a controlled environment. Carrier aviation also intersects with other specialized techniques. One of the clearest examples is fast roping from helicopters like the Sikorsky Seahawk or other aircraft capable of stable hover. When landing isn't possible, fast roping allows personnel to descend quickly into tight areas. It's a practical solution built on coordination, the aircraft's steady position, the crew's readiness, and the rope itself becoming a temporary bridge between air and ground. But the most demanding part of the story often happens long before a pilot ever sees a carrier deck. Becoming a naval aviator typically begins with a broader requirement: being an officer. That usually means earning a bachelor's degree and then commissioning through a structured path, such as ROTC during college, Officer Candidate School, or the U.S. Naval Academy. Each route is different in pace and setting, but the destination is the same: leadership responsibility alongside technical mastery. Candidates also face selection hurdles designed to measure aptitude and potential. Tests assess areas like mathematics, spatial perception, and mechanical comprehension. Early screening introduces aviation fundamentals and helps identify who can handle the layered demands of flight training. It's not just about talent. It's about consistency, learning speed, and the ability to perform under structured pressure. After the initial academic phase, where students study navigation, engines, aerodynamics, and aviation physiology, training becomes hands-on. In primary flight training, candidates build skills in a training aircraft and simulators, accumulating many hours that turn unfamiliar sensations into familiar patterns. They learn fundamentals that every later specialization depends on: basic handling, formation work, night procedures, and disciplined communication. Primary training is where technique becomes habit, and habit becomes reliability. Once that foundation is set, the path branches. The aircraft a pilot eventually flies determines what comes next and how much additional training is required. And in recent years, preparation has expanded dramatically through modern simulators. Full cockpit simulators surround pilots with large digital displays, creating immersion that supports safe repetition. They allow instructors to pause, reset, and replay scenarios, so lessons can be reinforced without the cost and risk of using a live aircraft for every step. For highly advanced jets, this matters even more, because familiarity isn't optional, it's essential. Training for aircraft like the F-35 includes both simulator time and structured academic instruction at dedicated centers, where pilots combine classroom learning with practical mission practice. The goal is to build pilots who are not only capable of flying, but capable of managing information, because modern aviation depends on situational awareness as much as stick and rudder skill. Some of the most advanced technology in this world isn't part of the aircraft at all. It's worn by the pilot. For example, the F-35 helmet is carefully fitted so its optics align precisely with the pilot's eyes. Correct fit supports, clear displays, reliable oxygen delivery, and consistent performance. It's a reminder that aviation is a partnership between human and machine, and small details can shape big outcomes. Finally, readiness is maintained through routine drills. Scramble exercises train pilots and ground crews to move from rest to launch ready as quickly and smoothly as possible. It's coordination under a clock, practiced repeatedly so that in real situations, response becomes automatic. On a carrier or on a base, preparedness is built the same way: procedure, repetition, and teamwork. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss new documentary-style journeys from the past.